Let's talk about it, man. Coming to you live from channel IHB 1020. This shit been on my mind for a minute. A lot of shit be percolating. It's been on my mind for probably about over 15, 20 years. This shit been on my mind, probably longer. But I've been trying to figure out how to put it out there and I was going to put it in the comedy, make people laugh, make white folks laugh about the shit. But right now I'm just kind of fed up with a lot of the shit I be seeing on the social media or be hearing niggas talk about. And it's kind of like, you got a big uncle that seen you get your ass whooped before, and he's been letting you tell the story, like you tell the story, hey man, I slipped and the nigga got the best of me. And your uncle or your daddy or somebody older or your homeboy been allowing you to tell that story. You know what I mean? Until finally, they get fed up and they go ahead and say, nah, nigga, quit telling that motherfucking story, nigga, you got your ass whooped. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Quit saying you slipped. Quit saying the nigga snuck you. No, nigga, you got your ass whooped. And I'm saying this to say, as black people, I'm tired of the shit of us complaining about what the white man took. He took our land, he stole our this, he stole this, our religion, or he colonized Africa, and he brought us over here and turned us into slaves, and then, I'm talking about all the shit that the white man did. Let's stop bullshitting and lying, man. Let's admit the fact this is what happened. We got our ass whooped. And after we got our ass whooped, then they took that shit. Let's stop telling lies, man. Because if we go ahead and tell a real story, maybe everything will look different. Maybe we will respond different. Because to me, the way we telling the story, it's like, that sound like something a bitch would say, right? Right, let's be honest. That sound like something a bitch would say, nigga, you did this to me, and you did that to me, and you did that to me, and you did that to me. And that sound like something a bitch would say. And it looks like, to me, I'm sorry that, they saying, nigga, y'all hoes. Let's accept this idea. If they not saying you hoes, guess what? If they not saying you hoes, check this out. Go over to Europe and try to dig up that nigga they call Alexander the Great grave. Find it and try to dig it up. Go try to dig up one of them Caesar's graves over there in Europe, in Rome, or Greece, wherever the fuck you want to go. Because grave digging is an international, all over the world, I believe this shit is illegal, to dig up somebody's grave. But here's some truth that we ignore. We keep saying, them our ancestors, the Egyptians over there, but them motherfuckers been digging up our ancestors' graves for how long? And then putting the shit on display, making billions of dollars off of it, nigga. If that ain't saying you niggas hoes, what the fuck that saying? Let's stop bullshitting ourselves and accept what they saying. You niggas hoes. Because we not gonna let y'all go dig up Alexander the Great grave. We not gonna let y'all go dig up and then put it on display and make money off of it, nigga. No, you're not gonna dig up Caesar grave and then put it up on display and make money off of it. What's that nigga 300? That nigga, you're not gonna go try to find that nigga grave and dig it up and then put it on display. The Jews and no, nigga. Let's accept the idea. Quit lying and saying they stole it. No, they didn't steal a motherfucking thing. They kicked our ass, then took it. This is how we came up. This is how you can't colonize a nation as big, as a continent, as Africa, and then without kicking ass, nigga. Read history. I love history. In the history that I've read, they kicked our ass all over Africa. All over motherfucking Africa. They kicked our ass and then took it. So all this crime we doing, they're taking all the minerals, everything, all the minerals and everything that come out of all over the world, it's coming out of Africa. And nigga, you got to be a hoe because they doing it. Let's accept this idea. You got to be a hoe because you can't do nothing about it, nigga. So my thing is, what are you waiting on? You got to be a hoe. Let's accept the idea if you're a deep boy and you're in these streets and you hustling, niggas running up on you, robbing, taking your shit till you have nothing. Guess what that's saying, nigga? You a hoe. Let's accept that. Let's quit bullshitting, complaining, saying they took this. They stole this. They didn't steal a motherfucking thing. They kicked our ass and took it. This is how they put us in them slave ships and brought us over here. And supposing the story say turned us into slaves. Then after that not freed us, Abraham Lincoln freed us for, because the North and the South was into it. And he felt like, look, nigga, if y'all don't come back, this is the story, if you can Google it yourself. The North and South into it, and they don't tell us in school. The North and South is into it, and the whole rule is the Union is indivisible. You can't break apart. You can't go off and start your own shit. So that's why they freed the slaves. Look, nigga, if y'all don't come back, read the history. He gave them a warning. If y'all don't come back and join the Union, guess what we doing? We're going to free the slaves. And the reason why the fight came, here's a little history lesson. I'm going to get back to the subject. The reason why the fights came, because the North was into industry. The South was into sharecropping. They said they was going to be able to sharecrop all the way to California. But they put a stop at it, I think, in Texas. Round the Texas, all the way up that central part, they stopped it. No more sharecropping. And that was all the beef was behind and yada yada. Next thing you know, the niggas that were slave were free. But let's quit lying saying they stole. They didn't steal a motherfucking thing. They whooped our ass and took it. Why you think they can make movies with that's clearly coming from Africa and black people and put white people in there? You got your ass whooped, nigga. We can do this. This is why I don't understand why so many white people keep hearing these stories and ain't no tough white boys. I know some tough white boys that do some fighting. Stood up and said, no, nigga, y'all quit bullshitting. Quit lying, nigga. We ain't steal a motherfucking thing. We whooped y'all ass and took it. It's just what it is. Let's stop bullshitting and telling a story, because to me it sounds like we hoes. That sound like we hoes. No, nigga. They whooped our ass and took it. The same reason why they tomb raiding over there, nigga. In Egypt. Digging up them motherfucking graves and putting it on display, making billions of dollars a year. And we keep saying, oh, that's them our ancestors, they lying. But nigga, they tomb raiding. They call them explorers, archaeologists. No, that's a motherfucking lie. If you read their history, they been down with the tomb raiding shit, nigga. We don't fuck with people grave. That's kind of like a thing digging in us. Nah, I ain't fucking with a person grave. You know, we feel like that's bad luck. But them motherfuckers don't give them necromonger motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck. So my thing is for black people, it's like, when are we gonna man up and say, hey man, we got our ass whooped? That's just what happened. And then they took it. That's how they colonized Africa. They whooped our ass, and according to the history that I read, I might have repeated this, I might have said it in the last video, because I'm doing 2 videos, but Ethiopia was the only country in the continent of Africa that they took their foot off of, and that is because Ethiopia accepted Christianity wholeheartedly before anybody else in the continent of Africa. And they appealed to the Church of Rome. They appealed and said, hey nigga, we Christians too, nigga. Why y'all doing us like this? But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to show y'all is, let us man up and quit lying. Like a big unc might say to you, nigga, quit lying, telling people you slipped, nigga. You didn't slip, you got your ass whooped. So they ain't steal us, they didn't beat for us. They whooped our ass. And if you read enough history, you would know they've been banging on the door of Africa for thousands of years trying to get in, nigga. They've been trying to put down plays, and the ones that were successful to get the most information was the Jews. But anyway, let us stop lying, man, and stand up like men and just admit, man, we got our motherfucking ass whooped. We got our ass handed to it, and that's how they colonized Africa. That's how they got all the minerals. That's how they got us over here. That's how they turned us enslaved and hung all the niggas they hung and did all the shit they did because we got our ass whooped. No cap, just a whole lot of capital, nigga.